I'm Kelsey Davis. Let's get over to meteorologist Hannah Gard with a look at your Monday forecast. And Hannah, I walked out the door this morning and I took in a deep breath and I smiled and I said, this is nice.
It's a good feel for sure. Yeah, people headed out to work. If you do have to work today, definitely roll those windows down. We were talking about that. It would feel great. We have 50s on the North Shore, 52 in Slidell, it's 54 in Hammond, 54 even in Galliano, 62 at New Orleans International, and 65 at the lakefront. So even areas just south of the lake are in the 60s, which is a great feel. We're positioned between two weather systems right now. We have this nor'easter moving up the East Coast, bringing coastal flooding over there, but we're still on kind of the northeasterly flow side of that. You can see this cooler air sinking across the Appalachian Mountain Range down into our area. So that's why we have drier air, a nicer feel. And then we have another front setting up over to the west. That'll be something to watch. The dew points this morning, though, are in the 50s across the whole area. Through the day today, this will make for a really nice dry feel, which is good news because if we had any moisture at all, that heat index would feel pretty hot. 86 for the high today. The record is 89. We're just shy of that record by a couple degrees. Anomalously warm weather all the way through this week. I don't think we'll break records, but we're definitely nearing them. That's because of an upper level area of high pressure. This in the upper atmosphere means sinking air at the surface, dry conditions and hot conditions. So that's why we'll see things kind of heating up. And then we have to watch for another low that's going to swing across the plains later in the weekend and into early next week. This will be a weak front. You can already see the high pressure rebuilding behind that. I think it could bring some drier air, but only after it brings us rain chances. So 88 Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that's that near record heat. Then we back off slightly as the rain chances increase. Friday, Saturday, scattered showers. Sunday, I think we might have to watch for storms ahead of that front coming through, but the coverage is still not going to be very high. It looks like most of the rain will actually be positioned north of us. And that's not great news because we have moderate drought conditions expanding around Lake Pontchartrain. Over toward Biloxi, we have severe drought conditions, and we would need consistent rain to actually help with the drought, and I just don't see that in the forecast. In the tropics, we have an update this morning. This is Tropical Storm Lorenzo, just got named in that 4 a.m. advisory. 45-mile-per-hour sustained winds moving to the northwest at 17 miles per hour. This is going to be a fish storm, though. It starts to turn due north by midweek and then recurves back to the northeast around a weak area of high pressure by the weekend. The Azores might have to watch for this, but not expected to become a hurricane. It's expected to remain a tropical storm as it curves around to the east. So far this season, we've had 4 hurricanes, 3 major hurricanes. So we're actually behind on the number of hurricanes you would see in an average season. But the number of named storms, we're kind of right on schedule now. We've had 12 named storms so far, and we'll see if we can get any more as we go through the next couple of weeks. But after mid-October, the activity steeply declines, and we see much less tropical activity out there. So every week we go by without seeing anything in the Gulf, guys, is great news because the later in October we get, the more fronts we get, and it's really tough to get anything.
We can just breathe a little easier knowing that, you know, we're in the clear.
Yep.
Essentially.
We just got to keep going week by week, but we are getting really, really close to where we won't even have to really look at it anymore.
This dry air is nice.
It feels really good, and it'll last for a couple more days. I don't see, this is the coolest morning, but we'll still have some cool air in the mornings through maybe Thursday, and then you'll start to notice the humidity coming back.
All right. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Hannah.
Yep.
All right, well, the